Yeah. What's poppin', gang? Hope everybody here. Hope y'all got it. This Smoke with Peso. Let's get into it. Man. So we doing it. We doing it. And every woman in America right now owe my boy DDG an apology. And yes, I got paint on my own. That's what I do. I paint. Everybody owe my boy an apology, dog. Bashing him. Talking bad about him. Oh, he moved on. He already moved on. See, he never loved her. Ooh, cut it. Cause now the truth coming out. Yeah, now the truth coming out. You know? And I this gotta be a good one, cause he got the little disclaimer thing. Gotta be a good one right here. Whenever you see this, it's a good video. It's a good video. I don't know who this person is.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Impressive channel. The streamer DDG found his
It's
whole...
cocky.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Before she even said, remember to like, subscribe, comment, ring that bell. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah. Let's get it. Oh. Hi.
This story
I really
right
wanted
here
to be
is
her.
messy because the streamer
She ain't even
DDG
said.
just filed his own restraining order against Halle Bailey.
Oh, he
and I
got
tell
one
you,
back
it
on
is
her.
explosive, y'all. It's explosive. Now, last month, Halle was granted a temporary restraining order against DDG after she claimed that he put his hands on her. She currently is trying to fight for custody of their son, Halo, and she wants to restrict DDG from taking their son out the state of California. Now, DDG did fire back with his own restraining order, and he is now asking the judge to not allow Halle to take their son out the country while she films her new movie. So this is getting really messy, and DDG did file his own restraining order and accused Halle of putting her hands on him multiple times, and also
So far, all I saw was the picture of his hands, like the cuts and shit, like the pictures and all the pictures. That's all I already saw was like the picture of his hands.
threatening to take her life when he wants to move on from her.
Whoa.
And he claims that she is emotionally unstable and she could pose as a risk to their son Halo. So he wants sole custody of their son. I read through DDG's filing. He actually provided a lot of receipts, and it doesn't look good for Halle. It doesn't. And I honestly feel bad. I feel bad that they both are in this situation. I feel bad for their son Halo. I know Halle and DDG.
Boy, I heard something. Maybe I'm tripping. You know?
Since you're already playing games anyway, why not earn some free rewards while you're at it?
Now.
All you need to do is download Buff, let it run in the back.
Love their son. They would do anything for their son. I do believe they try to be the best parents they can be. No parent is perfect, but I do believe they try to be good parents. But the truth of the matter is they aren't good for each other. They never were good for each other. This relationship was toxic. And we got to get into what DDG said about Halle, because it's pretty shocking, and these are just allegations. We don't know if everything is true, but this is what he is claiming. He said that Halle was super jealous of his collaborations with other women, and he said that she would verbally and physically abuse him over it. He also claimed that she would be fixated on his exes, and one time he texted one of his exes and he claims it was platonic, but Halle didn't believe him though. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't blame Halle for being a little distrustful, because DDG likes attention from other women. He does get flirtatious, so I can imagine that Halle didn't trust DDG when he was around other women. I mean, look at what happened with the whole situation with his ex Ruby Rose. I mean, he was texting her while he was with Halle. So Halle wasn't completely wrong for her suspicions, but I do think she should have walked away from the relationship then before having a child with him, because she knew that he had the tendency to cheat.
I was just gonna say that. You know who you with. You know who you with. You know.
She had her suspicions, she saw the red flags, but still she went full force with him despite all the warnings, despite everybody telling her, girl, don't do it. She told everybody to mind their business. But Halle and DDG had a very toxic on and off relationship. It was a mess. And DDG said, despite multiple attempts to reconcile for the sake of our child, petitioner's behavior has escalated to include physical violence, emotional manipulation, threats of self-harm, and coercive control. I am now seeking protection for myself and our son. DDG also claimed that Halle tried to use her pregnancy to coerce him to be with her. In the early stages of her pregnancy, they were already broken up and they agreed to co-parent. But according to DDG, he claims that Halle would threaten to get rid of their son if he chose not to be with her. Now, it is important to note that this happened right around the time when Halle's movie The Little Mermaid dropped. And she knew that having a baby right when her career was about to skyrocket would be controversial. So I think she needed some assurance that her family was going to at least be together before bringing a baby into the world. But truthfully, all of this could have been avoided.
That's manipulation. That's manipulation. Telling him, you gonna get rid of the baby if y'all not together. That's manipulation. That's exactly what that is. That's manipulation at its best.
Because these two had no business having a baby together. Their relationship was very unstable, so it should have never happened, and this should be a lesson to everybody. Please, for the love of God, be careful of who you have a child with. DDG also claimed that Halle hid Apple AirTags in his cars to monitor his location. And one time she was able to track him down when he was at the theater with one of his female companions. And she allegedly went ballistic. And mind you, Halle was pregnant during this time. He said that Halle was allegedly yelling at them and cussing at them, and she attempted to physically attack his friend. She allegedly was doing a lot. And you know what? I could believe it. Halle admitted to being very passionate when it comes to her relationships. I mean, she has this song called Because I Love You. And in the video, she was acting like the crazy, obsessive girlfriend.
How did you come up with the concept for the video? It is based off of my real life events.
This song, I was gonna say, dude look like DDG.
Song is very near and dear to my heart. It's based off of true events. And, yeah, I hope that you guys like it.
If you saw that video, you will see Halle was acting crazy. And she said that's based off of a true event. So, you know, art imitates life sometimes. But at the same time, I do have to consider the fact that she was pregnant, she was hormonal, and she was scared that DDG was going to leave her for another woman. She was desperate to have her family together, so she acted irrationally because of it. Also, DDG claims that Halle was stalking him and looking into his phone and laptop, and one time when he refused to give her his phone, she punched and slapped him. He did bring up the fact that she physically attacked him multiple times, and oftentimes it was related to his cheating. DDG also has a video recording of her attacking him while he was driving her and their son Halo from a concert. And he also talked about the January 18th incident that happened this year. Now, according to Halle, she says that she and DDG had an argument over their son's visitation schedule, and she claims that DDG put his hands on her, bruised her arm, and slammed her face into the steering wheel, causing her tooth to chip. But according to DDG, it didn't happen that way. He said that when he placed Halo in his car seat, Halle hopped in the back of the car and refused to leave. And he kept telling her to get out, get out. But allegedly she refused, and he said in his filing, petitioner demanded that I talk to her and make a schedule, and then proceeded to strike me from the back seat by launching herself over the center console into the front seat to punch me. As she did so, her own momentum caused her to hit her head on the steering wheel. At no point did I strike her. In fact, I attempted to shield myself by restraining her arms to prevent further punches. And he did show some of the defensive wounds that he had from that incident. DDG also claims that Halle would repeatedly threatened to harm herself or take her life anytime he tried to end the relationship or anytime he would walk away and would not answer her calls. And he actually said one time during August 2023, when she was pregnant, they had a very bad argument and she took his gun and ran away, and his family had to find her because they were afraid that she was going to harm herself and the baby. And can you imagine if that happened? That would have been devastating, and DDG also would have been blamed. Yep. Also in 2024, DDG claims that Halle threatened to take her life 3 different times, and I do think this is due to her postpartum depression, because she did say that she did suffer from severe postpartum.
So honestly, I have severe postpartum.
This honestly makes me really, really sad, because I know Halle loves her son Halo. I don't think she would do anything to harm him in any way, and I think it's a little unfortunate that some people won't be able to understand that. They might look at her as unfit because of her mental state, but I don't think she would truly do anything to harm Halo. Just like I didn't feel like DDG would do anything to harm Halo. I think DDG loves his son as well. And to be honest, I'm not exactly happy with the idea of taking custody from either one of them. But Halle and DDG are fighting for sole custody. So it's going to be a really, really, really messy battle. And DDG did present some text messages between him and Halle. And I will say, these messages were very messy. Both Halle and DDG are messy. They do the tit for tat thing. So they both were a toxic couple. I already talked about DDG's flaws in several different videos, but we got to get into some of these text messages from Halle, because they are pretty disturbing. You know, one time Halle and DDG got into it, and DDG stopped talking to her, and Halle was trying to contact him, and she said, "Answer the effing phone. Answer the effing phone." Woo, look at the typos. "I'm going to try one more time. If you don't answer, it's over forever. I'm not playing, Daryl. That's it." And DDG said, "I just want to be left alone, please." She said, "I'm calling for help. I have a knife. I'm calling for help, but you don't care, do you? Okay." And he said, "Have a knife for what?" So it seems like Halle was attempting to do something to herself, maybe harm herself. And if you look at the time period this happened back in 2022. So this was before Halle was even pregnant. She wasn't acting this way because of postpartum depression. I'm not going to say what I think Halle might deal with, but there's something there that she probably goes through, and DDG knows about it, which is probably why she acts this way, and this is how she tries to get his attention when he ignores her. So they go through this whole back and forth often. She said this: "I called because I needed help, but you have shown time and time again that you just don't care, and that's okay. Whatever I decide to do is none of your concern. Just leave me in peace." And he said, "I came there to check on you. For you to act like you're going to hurt yourself to make me feel some type of way is manipulative and selfish. I never thought you would do nothing like that." She said, "I never thought you would leave either. Guess I didn't know you at all. And nobody's acting like anything. Whatever I decide to do is my decision. Don't feel sad either. It's cool." And he said, "You literally told me to leave. This push and pull stuff you keep doing is childish. You keep threatening to leave me alone and saying you could F with somebody else. I'm not sticking around for that." Well, DDG, you did stick around. And that's one thing we have to talk about too, because DDG did not have to stay with Halle. And I know she wanted him.
Now we finna stop it because once again we still doing this man bashing thing, right? No. Now I know y'all like man bashing. I ain't never heard of man bashing. Man bashing. Let me give you a cool definition of it. Basically, what she doing, right? She's literally still pointing out all of his flaws with the evidence coming out. Oh, you did stick around. He didn't stick around. He left. But when allegations was the other way, and everybody was saying, oh, DDG beating Halle, whatever, the Little Mermaid, America's good girl. Oh. he wrong. He's an abuser. He beat women. He this, he that. He come on, man.
She wanted to reel him in, but he didn't have to stay with her as long as he did. But see, he stayed with her and had a baby with her because she had clout. And that's something he has to take on the chin, because he can make it seem like Halle is crazy all day, but why was he with her for so long when he saw these red flags? Why did he continue sleeping with her and giving her false hope that they were gonna last? That doesn't make sense. And this is why I say DDG and Halle should have never had a baby
false hope
together.
False hope
because
is
they
insane.
were toxic before
that is
Halo
insane.
came into the world.
That is
Look
an
at these text
insane
messages.
allegation.
Once
That is
again,
an
this
insane
was before
statement. I don't know
Halle
who
got
you are, lady,
pregnant, okay?
but I'm not
she and
liking
DDG
you.
got into some argument again, and DDG said he's putting his phone on airplane mode so he wouldn't talk to her. And she said, "You don't want to be with me, that's okay. I'll never beg anyone. I'll be successful. I don't need to be with someone who's going to demean me. You like that I'm insecure. It makes you feel good about yourself. I'm not doing this anymore. Keep your phone on airplane mode. But when I die, don't say ish. Don't come to my funeral or anything. F you. Be happy that these are the last texts you'll get from me. Crazy how the one person I thought I could trust and be there for me constantly proves me wrong. You are wrong. You know that I emotionally struggle and have a hard time. Yet when I'm obviously going through something, you ignore me till I go crazy. You throw in my face my insecurities and laugh about it. You put your phone on airplane mode and say you're not dealing with it. But when something bad happens, don't say anything. Because this was my attempt to beg you to listen to me, to just answer the phone, to just hear me, to try and understand where I'm coming from. But you don't, and you'll regret it. You'll regret ever meeting me. Go back to the B's you're used to. Go back to effing thoughts. That's what you want. You've never wanted anyone like me. You and your family hate me. Just admit it. But that's okay. Everyone does. But poisoning, I'll go and fly and just be fine in heaven without any of this, without any of you rude people making me feel bad about myself. This really makes me so sad. It does. I don't know.
And that's what she said. And every time she says, every time, it's so funny. Every time she reads something crazy that Halle say, she said, "Oh, it makes me so sad." But then when DDG say something like, I'm not gonna keep dealing with this. But you is though, DDG, and gave a whole five-page ceremony on why he's gonna deal with it and why. Like, come on, man. This is what I'm.
I know what Halle goes through.
See?
But reading this, it kind of makes me feel like there's something deeper there. And DDG certainly couldn't handle her emotions. I mean, DDG is very immature himself. And there were a lot of different things he would do to trigger Halle. But I will say, it seems to me like Halle probably has, some mental struggles. Also, there was another text thread between them that happened in February 2023. Once again, this was before Halle was pregnant with their son Halo. She and DDG were probably going through another argument, and she said, "I just want to resolve it so I could get some sleep, please. You don't ever have to talk to me again, but I can't breathe right now. I'm just so stupid. This whole thing is so stupid. I want to die. I never want to be here again. I hate this all. I hate this life." DDG said, "Please stop taking it to this extreme." She said, "I tried begging my only friend to help me. He said, I'm still communicating with you." She said, "You won't help me." There was also a text exchange that happened when Halle was pregnant. She was in her first trimester with Halo. Halle said, "I'm so tired. I'm in pain. I don't want to do this anymore every day. You lie on me to your mama." DDG said, "That's why I said we need to take time apart." She said, "You make it seem like I'm this horrible person, even though I've cleared up everything. Just leave me to die. I'll be fine. You cause me pain. You are selfish. I've been crying nonstop because of you. I can't be here anymore." DDG said, "You're sick." She said, "You push everyone away who really tried to love you. I tried really hard to fight for this relationship. I can't do this with you anymore when you constantly are purposely throwing me into the fire." He said, "Okay, block me." She said, I've just asked for understanding. He said, I'm done texting. Do what you gotta do. She said, if I die, you wouldn't even care. And DDG said, I would. You just tripping and keep threatening to kill my unborn son. You're weird. I wouldn't feel safe having a child with you at this point. Stop being fake happy to be a mom. Now, these were their exchanges from last year. This was after Halo was born, and I think they had broken up at the time. And Halle was actually spilling some tea here in this rant. She said, weird. I've had enough. I don't want to talk to you ever again. Please don't contact me. If you need to contact me, reach out to my sister or Charmaine. I hate you. You're the most horrible person I've ever met. I wish I didn't have to fight with you, but you continue to let me down every time. And then speak about exchanging my son in a money deal for views. Ooh. And openly flirt and help every other woman in the world but me. You hate me and want me to die. I want to die because of you. I will die because of you. It's your fault. Cry about it later. And DDG said, why do you want me to sit on the phone and listen to you yell at me all day? You do this to me every day. She said, I beg you for help. You know I don't have anyone. You know I'm actively suicidal. And
hey, the way she read these messages though is killing me. I'm not gonna lie. She's snapping. I ain't gonna lie. She is reading the hell out the. She reading them like they are typed. I've never seen nobody do that.
Struggling. This is so sad. I hate that this has happened.
Nah, read the rest of it. Keep reading. You know.
You know I've been running to the doctor every day for help, and you still play in my face. I won't make it to my birthday because of you. You have ruined me and all my happiness. You hang up when I'm begging for help. You're the only help I used to have. And you're so focused on being famous and having money when you don't ever see what's in front of you. There's a lot of typos here, but you know what she meant. How could you? How could you go to Mexico and be with someone else?
Bro,
how could you?
The way she is reading these messages is killing me, bro.
Talk ish about me to all your family and all the women you want to sleep with. You want to ruin me, and you succeeded. I hope you're happy. I didn't make it. I tried. I can't do this anymore. You can make up whatever story you want to tell people about how I am or how I used to be. You can make up whatever you want when I'm gone. Tell everyone I'm crazy. I can't wait. I can't wait for you to realize how badly you effed up, how you ruined me, and any chance I had of having a good life and putting myself back together. And you continue to ignore us. Me and your son are alone. You don't care about us anymore. You never did. He said, do you want to kill yourself because I tweeted Sexy Red a good rapper? This literally makes no sense. Oh, this is a lot. It really is a lot. Like I said, there's something going on with Halle, and you know, I just feel bad that all of this became public, right? Because it does make her look a certain way, but honestly, I think people need to treat this situation with a bit more sensitivity, because she clearly was dealing with a lot, and she was regretting having a child with DDG. I mean, when you think about what she went through, her reputation took a hit, her career was almost affected, not to mention she had to deal with all this stuff behind the scenes where DDG was kind of leaving her and Halo for the most part to themselves because he was busy working. He was trying to elevate, and on top of that, he was over Halle. I mean, Halle was draining him. So he was talking to other women, and also his family wasn't really fooling with Halle like that based off of what DDG told them and based off of how she was acting. So I think Halle began to spiral because she was losing support. She was losing support from the public. People were criticizing her for having a baby at the peak of her career. She was losing support from DDG and his family, and she needed that support system. I don't believe she had a strong support system from her parents. I believe her sister Chloe said at one point she wasn't close to her parents, so I wonder if that was the case for Halle too.
And, you know, I don't have the closest relationship with my parents. Maybe one day down the line, I'll share why.
When I think back on this, I do wonder if Halle too has any real support from her parents, because it seemed like she really needed DDG and his family. But I could understand her needing DDG because that's the father of her child, you know? But she went on to say this is proof. You leave me hanging as a mother. You don't step up when I need you to. I'm begging you. I just found out you slept with Lala in Mexico. Ooh. So Lala Baptiste is one of DDG's longtime female companions. This is probably the girl that he was trying to convince Halle that he wasn't smashing. Well, apparently he was, at least according to Halle. And she said this, I'm going to unalive myself tonight. My son will not be around for it. I hate you forever. You can have him and let her be his mom. And DDG said, I can't believe you're acting like this. She said, you put your pee inside of her in Mexico, knowing I was here taking care of our son, knowing I was crying before you left. You selfish, disgusting person. You're evil. I'm giving you your son. He said, you're making this stuff up. She said, please, I don't want him around for this. Please take him from me. I don't want him to see me like this.
Oh, she's gonna lose this custody battle.
I'm begging you.
She's gonna lose this custody battle.
For Halo, please. I can't.
She's going to lose this custody battle. I'm telling y'all right now. I'm telling y'all what's gonna happen. DDG better get extra security, and y'all need to keep extra eyes on her.
Can't do this anymore. I'm done. Knowing I poured my heart into you before I left, you still went and effed her, and you can't even own up to it. I hate you. You are evil. You want me to die. Now, Lala did clear the air, and she said that she didn't do anything with DDG. That's what she claims.
Halle did reach out to me, and we had a private conversation. Again, I'm not going to disclose details because that's between me and her. And context behind these accusations in general is stemming from a group trip that our whole friend group went on, right? Our whole friend group went on this trip, and everyone on this trip can confirm there was nothing weird going on. I wasn't even staying near them. It was for someone's birthday. Let's start there. There was never anything sneaky going on. Like, me and Daryl's relationship has always been strictly started off as business. Obviously, if you know, you know, like, he put me onto YouTube, started off there, grew into a friendship, has always remained platonic. So it's very unfortunate. Like, I know people already have this narrative because it's just hard to believe that a guy and a girl can be friends. Like, it's hard to believe
so
that
crazy to me
and him or any other guy and girl can just strictly be platonic friends, okay? But nothing has ever gone on past that, ever.
Do y'all actually believe her? I don't know. Maybe she didn't want DDG, but I think DDG definitely wanted her. So Halle isn't wrong for being suspicious, but I really wish she didn't crash out so bad over it because it made her look.
What? Think about it. Why would she lie? I mean, I would expect her to lie saying that they did. Shit, that give her more fame. What, a couple people gonna call her a home wrecker? That's cool. Her streams gonna go through the roof. Through the roof. Interviews. So, I mean, but her saying, no, we didn't do nothing. Ain't nobody check for that now. Well, she just said they ain't doing nothing. Well, I don't talk to her no more.
Very insecure. But DDG does surround himself with women that look like Lala. That to me seems like his real type. Even though Halle is a beautiful girl, I kind of get the feeling that he leans more to racially ambiguous women. So I could see why Halle would be a bit threatened, even though she was doing a bit much. She really was. She also went on to say this, please take Halo. And DDG said, I'm genuinely scared of you, man. I feel like you're going to unalive me in my sleep one day. I'm not allowing you in my house around guns. Please just go home and I'll pick Halo up from there. She said, me and Halo are in the cold and you won't let us in your house. Are you serious? DDG said, I'm not letting you in my house around guns. She said, I'm here in my pajamas in the cold and you won't let us in your house. Wow, okay, I asked for help. I asked you to take Halo from me right now and you won't. Instead, you leave us in the cold. You will never hear from me again. DDG said, it's not safe for you to be around guns. Please just go home and we'll figure it out later. She said, there is no later. There was only now and you missed it. I called and texted 1,000 times. You can't tell me I didn't ask for your help in the height of my struggle. I did, and you denied me over and over to spend time at the club. Left me outside in the cold outside of your house. We can never come back from this. You missed your chance to take Halo. We are leaving. DDG said, as long as you don't hurt yourself, I'm cool with that. We'll figure it out later. She said, I've already started hurting myself. Congrats, you killed me. Evil, evil man. You never cared about me. You called my family. They're not going to help me. I'm not answering anyone. I called you because I needed to speak to you. And now you've made it worse. You never cared about me or loved me. It was all a lie. This was another text exchange that happened back in August of last year. She said, you treated me like ish on the ground. I didn't deserve this. I tried my hardest. I want to live. I want to be happy. I don't want to die, but I don't know what else to do. I've tried. I'm reaching out to you for your help to please come get your son because I'm not okay. I'm not okay and don't want him around me like this. I don't know what else to do. You've hurt me too bad. You've made everything so much worse. I don't want Halo to be around me like this. DDG said, I'm coming to get him. She said, but then you come and you try to take him from me and say disrespectful stuff to me like pack his bag, like I'm a dog. You've hurt me too bad. You've hurt me to my core. Please just leave me alone. I'm not okay and it's because of you. I'm not okay and it's because of what you did. I'm not okay. Please just leave me alone. And he was like, so can I get Halo or no, Halle? So it seems like he was over it. She said, I'm tired of asking. I've reached out for help multiple times. There's proof everywhere that I've tried to reach out for help before I did this. I'm on the way already to get Halo. She said, I've tried so hard. I did everything I could. I love you the best that I could. I thought me having your child would prove to you my commitment and my loyalty to you. But you went behind my back and now my son will have a broken home. So see, this is exactly what this is about. Halle wanted DDG because she didn't want to be left as a single mother. That's what this was all about. That's why she was begging and pleading for him to be there. And there's a lot that I've said about DDG. I mean, I have criticized him quite a bit because he was using Halle and he was ruining her reputation. But looking at all that he was dealing with her, it was a lot. And I could see how he felt drained and how he felt tired of her using their child to make him do what she wanted him to do. She wanted him to be with her. He didn't want to be with her. He just wanted to be with his son, you know? But that wasn't going to work for somebody like Halle. I mean, Halle is very conscious of her image. She was already getting criticized over having a baby out of wedlock. And now her baby daddy leaves her for other women. That is embarrassing. She never wanted that to happen. And she loved him. The girl was crazy in love with DDG. There's no denying it. But I still do think we have to be sensitive to her mental state, you know? And we also have to understand that just because she might have her struggles doesn't mean that she's an unfit mom. I mean, she loves her baby. She really does. And I think that she tries hard to be the best mom she can be. So my hope and prayer is that she and DDG can find a way to resolve this whole custody battle in a way that makes them both.
And we're gonna stop it right there. We done with her. We're done with you. Okay, we done with that. We not even gonna see that no more. We're done with that. Now everybody want to keep talking about, I hope they can reconcile. I hope they